Hey guys, how y'all doing? I figure I just do a little reaction video. I really like this channel, it's Lackluster. They're cool, they got, short-ish videos, good time span, not too long, but it's funny. A lot of this stuff is funny. The video you're watching today, let me see, move me over here. Thanks for now, see what that does. Tyrants arrest 2 for parking lawfully. This Lackluster channel never fails. I always make fun. So let's just get into it and have some laughs.
Officer, do you have reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime here?
I don't.
Okay. Are we being detained? No reasonable articulable suspicion for a crime and you arrest somebody? We're not being charged with trespass.
I don't know what's going on. I'm here to.
Well, that's a shame.
You're not being very Christian right now.
Oh, you don't define me as Christian.
Don't you bring my faith into this now. You hear?
Christianity is not absolute obedience to the state and tyranny. Disobedience to tyranny is obedience to God, friend.
Yeah, obedience to God. You over here disturbing my righteous peace.
You're a tyrant.
Welcome back to the Lackluster
You're
channel.
a tyrant. He said, damn right I am. No way he just said that. He just said, damn right I am.
In early January, a small Christian group
What?
had gathered to carry a cross as they walked through rural areas of North Carolina. The pastor was carrying a cross, while his 14-year-old son walked with him, carrying a flag. The other 2 members of the team remained in a safety vehicle, moving ahead on the pastor's path. The safety vehicle was parked lawfully on the side of the road. But as the pastor and his son got closer to the team, he noticed 2 officers from the Gaston County Police Department speaking with the vehicle's occupants.
What?
I mean, what's going on? Somebody called in about this vehicle being out.
Officer, do you have reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime here?
I don't.
Okay. Are we being detained? This is my vehicle, so.
I'm just trying to figure out
Okay.
what's going on.
Well, we're walking across America. I've already walked across the United States. I live in Bell. I like to go out with short walks across and pray for the country. They're running the SAG vehicle. Nothing to it.
That's great.
So if you don't have a reasonable articulable suspicion for crime, then we're just going to keep
Better
going about
get
our way.
your sound on out of here.
Are we being detained? Are they being
You
detained?
can go about your way, and I can't detain them.
Are you detaining them?
Step over there. I'm talking to them.
Step
Somebody
over
called in
there.
about them.
I don't
I'm
know.
trying to keep
I
somebody
don't
from going
think
in
I
handcuffs and
shall.
going to jail.
Well, sir, you don't have any reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime.
Stand over there.
And you're being
Yeah.
filmed.
How you
You're
gonna
on
detain
tape.
somebody when no crime has been
This is my
committed?
vehicle, so
The bloody
fine.
fuck.
I'm just letting you know what's going on.
That's fine.
All right, continue your business then.
What I'm trying to explain is, somebody's called
We
in
don't-
about this vehicle, okay? About it sitting here.
Is
We
it
don't
parked
need an
illegally?
explanation.
Let me talk.
No, sir, because I don't want to see our time wasted because somebody made a phone call. You can see that we're not breaking the law, sir.
Yeah.
We live in a free country.
Stop. I'm trying to keep everything documented in case people call in again. That's what I'm saying. So if somebody does call in again
Well,
and says, hey,
you got a
this is
description of the vehicle. We're walking with the cross.
Can you listen to me?
Come
We'll
on,
get
you
to your
big
point. So
dummy.
with all due respect,
You come up in here and you see we're just chilling. We're just chilling like a villain. Ain't hurting nobody. And some nosy neighbor wanna call in. Oh, this vehicle's just sitting on the road. They're staring at us. They're trying to plot our murder. They're gonna say something stupid. That's why they're so aggravated about it.
we shouldn't be detained for something like
All
this.
due respect, I'm talking to them. I'm talking to them. You had nothing to do with
I
this,
don't know.
I
right?
have absolutely everything to do with it because we're a team and I'm responsible for them.
Uh-oh. We're calling it
The
back up.
officer's radio responds, confirming that the vehicle's registration is valid.
Stand over there. I'll talk to you in a minute. I'm talking to them. Okay? Yes, I do have a right. I'm trying to keep somebody from going into handcuffs.
Unless you have a reasonable, articulable suspicion of a crime, you have no right to detain us,
Yes,
sir.
I do.
This
Yes,
is
I
not
do.
a stop and frisk state.
Yes, I do. Stop.
No, you don't.
Stop.
I'm going to stand right here.
Sir.
Notice the woman isn't saying nothing.
No. I'm gonna have to
She
have
either
you step out
doesn't
of
know the
vehicle.
law.
I'm gonna detain
She's
you.
like, I don't know what's going on, or she's just
Just
backing
make
this
sure I
man.
got you on film.
That's literally it. Maybe she's a trainee. She's getting trained like, this is the situation we're in right now.
I'm
Oh,
trying
man.
to keep everything documented. What's going on? Can you give me your license?
No.
Okay.
All right.
Stop. Y'all stand over there.
I'm not moving.
I'm not moving since
I
you
have
told
the
me to
right
stay.
carry this cross
The
wherever
pastor
I
now
wish.
takes to Facebook Live and explains to his audience what is happening as the occupants of the safety vehicle are detained and placed in handcuffs.
Here we are
3, 2,
walking with the
1.
cross across America. These Gaston County officers came up here. We're completely legally parked here off the highway, and they've pulled them out of the car without any reasonable, articulable suspicion of a crime. Look at them being frisked there.
Oh, man.
Josiah, step back. We
Yeah.
just walked up with our cross. The officer told us we were legally
They
parked.
were
He got a
offended
phone
by
call,
our
and this is the
godly
basis
power.
whereby they are searching and frisking both Bethany and Carter
The
without
demon
any
is in 'em.
reasonable, articulable suspicion
demon is taking
suspicion of a
over.
crime. So if you guys are
They
seeing
are
this, call into the Gaston County
Offended by our
Sheriff.
cross.
This is unbelievable. No crimes, nothing.
Nope.
Sir, you don't have my permission to search my vehicle
Yeah.
without a warrant.
Right. You kind of need one of
Yes,
those.
you do. You need my
Yeah, you
permission to
need a
search. This is
warrant.
my vehicle. I
Yeah.
can provide the registration.
Yeah. Oh, here comes more trouble.
You got folks got nothing better to do than harass some Christians just minding their own business. Don't you think you got enough drug activity in this county to spend your time on other things? Just some Christians that live legally and are parked legally. Parked legally.
Yeah.
A
Trespassing
backup
on what?
unit from another
On
agency
what?
now claims
What,
that they are
city
trespassing,
property?
but the
Yeah.
dirt road that they are
Public?
on has a city street
Parking
sign.
on the
And
public.
while it is a dirt road and likely maintained by the
That's
residents that
trespassing.
form the
You're being
field nearby,
trespassed from the
there was
state.
also a stop
Get
sign
out.
at the other entrance. Furthermore, after logging into the county's GIS survey website, which displays the property lines in yellow, it becomes
What?
a sign at the other entrance.
Oh, that's cool. We're learning something new here today. Shee. You can type in an app and look up the property lines. That's cool.
Furthermore, after logging into the county's GIS
GIS. Oh, shit. I thought it said Gastro County. Gastro County, where we just shit and fart all day long. North Cannon Gastro. What is this? Interactive GIS application with optional map layers and advanced tools. Data-driven application. Huh. Well, I see then.
survey website, which displays the property lines in yellow, it
That's pretty cool. So wherever they're parked at, where are they parked
becomes
at?
clear that the dirt road is a public road and is not owned by any of the local residents. But even if it was private, the safety vehicle is clearly parked
Blocking.
in a lawful manner on the
Yeah.
public easement. In fact, the first officer declares that the only reason that they're there is because somebody called to report the vehicle
Right.
as suspicious.
Somebody.
And that's cool. You can follow up. You can ask what people are doing, but you can't just pull up on people that aren't doing anything wrong and ask for their IDs. You can't just pull them out and start frisking them. You can't do that. I mean, in some states, I guess you can, but this state, North Carolina, I guess you can't. That's messed up. That is so messed up. Cops think they know the law, and then when you challenge their authority, that's when they get a little aggressive. Oh, you think you know better than me, huh? Come here, right now. I give a fuck if I can't pull you out this car. Get out this car.
Somebody's called in about this vehicle, okay? About it sitting here.
Is it parked illegally?
With just a phone call, any encounter initiated by the law enforcement agency would be viewed as consensual, making the
At the same time, I feel the cop's frustration. He just wants to talk without being interrupted. You know, that's so annoying. You know, you can stand your ground all you want. Just let the man finish what he's saying. At least let him speak his piece. And that's what pisses off these cops. You don't let them talk. You don't let them explain. even if they're in the wrong, just hear them out to their extent and then go off on them. That way, you know, if they're talking to you, they're not over here doing some shit they shouldn't be doing. So, I don't know. Heat of the moment, hard to tell. Shit can go sideways real quick, so, yeah.
Detention and pat-downs of both occupants questionable at best, or an unlawful violation of their civil rights.
You
Yeah.
have nothing to do with this.
I do, sir. This is my team. I'm the team leader.
Interfered on my investigation.
I have not.
I've gave you every chance to be quiet and separate yourself from this.
I'm standing right where you told me
Go
to.
stand over there.
I can't go back in
stand
there.
over
He told me I was
You've done nothing
trespassing.
but interfere.
Don't touch
Go
me,
stand
sir.
over there.
Don't touch
Go
me.
stand over there.
I will back
I've
up a
gave
few
y'all every
feet.
chance. I have cooperated with y'all and gave every chance. Y'all
You have
not
no
cooperating.
reasonable articulable
Go
suspicion
stand
of a
over there.
crime.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous.
Well, it is ridiculous. It is ridiculous that you guys got 3 vehicles out here on some peaceful Christians who are not breaking any laws.
Parking on
Unbelievable.
public
You're not being very
rotary.
Christian right now.
Oh, you don't define me as Christian. Christianity is not absolute obedience to the state and
You said
tyranny.
not
It's not absolute obedience to the state.
God is
You're
my
live on
higher
Facebook
power.
right now.
Fuck you.
Good. You guys ought to be ashamed of yourself. No reasonable
I'm not-
articulable
I have no
suspicion for a
problem.
crime.
Of going to sleep at night.
Of course you don't, because you're a tyrant. You're a tyrant.
I am.
Yeah,
That's
you
your
just
belief.
admitted it, didn't you?
You
Unbelievable.
I agree with you. That's your statement. That's your belief.
No, you
I'm not saying
admitted
to
it.
argue with you.
This is unbelievable.
I mean,
This
you
is
did
an
agree.
unfavorable argument.
You said,
No,
damn
it's
right,
not.
I
We
am.
live in a
Your
free
belief, my
country,
belief,
friend.
and we're not
We have a right to walk down the highway and park the car in a legal spot.
Right.
This isn't a legal spot.
Yes, it is a legal spot.
No,
This
it's
is a road with a stop sign and
No,
and
it's not.
Yes, it is. Have you ever been to the
This
other
is
side?
private property. This goes through somebody's property.
It is a legal road. Go to the other side.
Would you
You'll
like
see
me
a
to get the
stop
gentleman
sign.
here that owns this property?
Well, let's go to the other side. But that's not the issue here. We're not being charged with trespassing.
I don't know what's going on. I'm here to.
Well, that's a shame.
Oh man, we're not being trespassed with, or we're not being charged with trespassing. We don't have any charges. And he's just like, oh, well, yeah, that's a tough one.
That's a shame.
This goofy bastard.
Disobedience to tyranny is obedience to God, friend.
Always
You're violating
record
they're violating their civil rights.
your situations.
You're okay with that?
I don't even know what you're just talking about.
I can talk about whatever I want to have freedom of speech. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. No reasonable articulable suspicion for a
He's
crime.
using them big words too.
What's he being arrested for, officer?
Oh, your name.
No reasonable articulable suspicion for a crime and you arrest somebody?
You can't ask for your ID.
Doesn't have to give him his ID if he doesn't want to.
Every chance, dude. I was trying to trying to let them go do whatever y'all want to go do. And honestly, I can take y'all to jail too because I told y'all to step back.
What is this? So they're checking out a suspicious vehicle, and he refuses to ID himself.
I'm stepped back, sir. Just like you said.
These
I
are
mean-
people serving and protecting us.
Just
I
keep your
don't
mouth
think
shut.
you can ID somebody
law
on
on film.
checking a suspicious vehicle. I don't think you can.
The vehicle's occupants are questioned as more and
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure if it's just a suspicious vehicle sitting there, they are not committing a crime. They're not doing anything. They're just sitting at peace in their vehicle, minding their business. And a cop pulls up. I'm pretty sure there's no grounds for detainment. If you refuse to ID, all they can do is ask, hey, what are you doing here? Hey, what are you doing? And why are you here? I'm pretty sure that's all they can do. I'm pretty sure they don't have the legal grounds to ID somebody. So, yeah, tyrant would be a good word. This guy thinks he can just do what he wants. But if I'm wrong, well, then I'm wrong. But pretty sure you can't
more
do that.
backup units arrive on scene for the parked car.
Peaceful
Because for them to
crosswalk.
pull you
Minding
over
their
to
own
begin
business.
with,
Parked.
to ask for
No
your ID. You
reasonable
need to be doing
articulable
something
suspicion
that
of a
they
crime. It takes 6 officers,
deem worthy
4
of.
vehicles. And you guys aren't aware of people's rights.
criminal.
what
You're not aware of the law.
You're not. I am very much
so you're
aware of the law. What law are we breaking?
This car was called in as being suspicious
And
by a neighbor.
We explained to you
So?
what we were doing and what our purpose was. Calm down, officer. De-escalate.
De-escalate, not escalate to the highest authority. You
Suspicious
just mad
vehicle's
because
not a
guys on a
crime.
higher
Now
plane
we have
than you.
5th vehicle and another officer. You
Damn, they
think
got
we were
1, 2, 3,
terrorists
4,
here.
5 cop cars.
What is it?
5
7
cop cars
officers now.
sicked on these.
5 vehicles. Just
Christians.
walk. I guess it's walking down the road with the cross, sitting quietly, all because somebody made a phone call. I guess that makes it a crime these days.
Yep, it sure
Guess these folks
does.
don't have much better things to do here. I thought there was a lot of drug activity in these counties. Right there's an old post with what looks like a old no trespassing sign. Here's the road. You can see they're parked on the outside side of the post here. There's the main road just to pull off to wait for the walkers. And that requires 5 police vehicles and 7 officers.
Yep.
I asked if we were being detained and they wouldn't give me an answer. Carter's in handcuffs in the back of the vehicle. All he did was ask if the officer had a reasonable, articulable suspicion of a crime. We're not required to provide an ID unless there's reasonable, articulable suspicion for a crime.
Exactly.
7 officers here,
It's sad. It's sad to see.
5 vehicles.
Look at this. People are
I
like,
walked up as they were
damn,
being
there's some
questioned. This
deep
young
shit going on
officer
over
who's
here.
got a
What
little
the
touch
fuck's
of short nose, so
happening?
he was
No, it's just
mouthing
people
and
parked on a
very,
road
very
doing
aggressive
nothing,
for no
minding
reason
their own
whatsoever.
business.
Someone called the Gaston County Sheriff's Department and complained.
Gastro County, because they're
saying
full
that
of
their
shit.
civil rights being violated out here. It's just
Gastro.
outrageous. Now they're sitting there having a little conference call. I'm telling you, folks, when a nation's moral compass is broken, it affects even law enforcement.
Oh, yeah.
Now detained for nearly half an hour, the first responding officer begins asking questions. In moments like these, it's easy to fall into their trap and to answer their inquiry, which is why I recommend Attorney Shield.
Oh,
For
yeah.
information, use the links
Pull out the
below.
card.
Where'd y'all start the walk
You
at?
can't harm
I
me. I
walked
have
across
an
America,
attorney
and I
shield.
finished in October. I live in Vail,
Yeah.
and we just go out and do short walks.
Yeah.
And so we started today kind of over near Baxter Road. Right at the Gaston County line, all we were trying to do was walk to Cherryville.
Yeah.
And we saw this cut across.
Yeah.
And there's a stop sign on the other side, and there's a street name. It says Baxter Road, and it's got an arrow pointing both ways. And we just simply walked through here, knowing that I told them to find a place where they could be off the road and park, and we were going to trade here, walk Delview Road into Cherryville, and call it a day. There were no signs. I looked. I mean, I've walked across America. I know, stay off private property.
Yeah.
There was no signs or anything. We stayed on the road, and we just walked out and found you guys here.
After explaining their route to the tyrant, the officer demonstrates that he does not understand the Fourth Amendment or the requirements necessary to demand a person's identification.
Yeah, and what somebody did was they called in about a suspicious vehicle in the area. Okay, we got.
Suspicious doesn't mean they're doing a crime. They're committing a crime. You can't arrest somebody for failing to present ID if there's no grounds to force them to show ID. It's just damn. Even I know that. And I was have like second guessing myself a little bit. Even I know that.
A call for service coming out here. So there's an SUV sitting right here at Baxter Road and Delview Road. I come out here. I spoke to
This dude got a Polaris Razor.
My son-in-law.
He's just like, what the hell?
I guess that's your
What is
dog.
this?
So they refused to give their IDs. I didn't say
Is that a crime?
Yes, if you refuse in the state of North Carolina to give your identification to an officer, you are delaying my investigation.
Don't you have to have a reasonable, articulable suspicion of a crime?
And my reasonable suspicion was somebody calling in about a suspicious.
But what crime were
But
they?
that's not a crime. He's not understanding that. The suspicious vehicles aren't a crime. You can go up and ask what they're doing, why they're there, and that's it. Now, if you find I don't even, nah. Even if they saw like a gun sitting on the seat, I don't even think then they could do anything. I mean, I guess they could, because you can't have a gun, you know, just chilling out in the open in your car. That, if something like that happened, then sure, but, yeah, nah, it's just, yeah, I don't know.
In that area.
A suspicious vehicle of crime?
I'm not going tit for tat.
You can't answer my
I'm
questions?
not going tit for tat. Listen.
Isn't that a
I'm not going
reasonable
for
question?
tit for tat. I don't have the information
Is that
to
how
tell
it's a reasonable question. It's suspicion of crime.
That's a question.
So anybody can call in
Challenges
suspicious
authority.
to
When
anybody.
you got mad, they put you in cuffs. That's it.
This is how they respond, folks. I guess
man, it's
suspicion
sad
is
to
a
see.
crime. So if you call in anybody suspicious, they're in trouble. We explained what we were here for. He's going to find the vehicles registered to a nonprofit ministry. Everything we
Damn.
said they're going to find is true. So I'm going to be interested to see here what the charges are,
Yeah, right.
what they're being charged
If
with.
you're gonna arrest somebody, you have to give them charges.
And we just walked up, and I tried to explain to them what we're doing since the vehicle belongs to our ministry. And it's like
That's-
asking questions
that's
like,
sad.
what are you detaining them, or do you have reasonable suspicion
That's
of a
crazy.
crime? What
Maybe
do we
I
do?
should do
think the
something
main
like
issue
that.
is that they
Just
wanna
journey
identify
across
themselves.
Is that,
America.
are they required by law to do that?
So
Carrying
based
across,
on what,
man.
what's that chair was, based on what Officer Pardon's telling us, the dairy bought this road from the state. So now it's considered private
Well, I
property.
mean, there's no signs or anything.
I understand that.
So, you know,
But really, the only thing we were doing was trying to ID them, saying, "Hey, here's what they're doing. Here's their information. Fill in their citizen."
I'm
and then we
provided
got
that
you.
information, and you guys can look up the vehicle and you can see it's registered to a ministry.
I got you. They weren't providing it though. So
Well-
now they're just about delaying an investigation.
Well, I would think that since the vehicle belongs to me and I'm explaining, I'm telling people what we're doing, I can provide documentation of it.
We're not saying we want to seize the vehicle. We're just going to finish up with him real quick.
And are they under arrest?
Well, they're being detained right now until we figure out this mess out.
What do you guys need to know?
We've got a complaint about a suspicious vehicle.
But it's suspicion of crime. I mean, there's the old post right there, and so let's
I
say
got you.
there's a sign, so they're not parked on the other side of it. This is just the apron, and it's a safe place to park. They were just waiting for us to walk out. We were going to trade and go on into
Our whole goal
charitable.
was just to confirm all that from who we were
But
talking
it's
to.
like our word doesn't mean anything, and we're not doing anything wrong. I mean, it's not like we live in a police state. I mean, they weren't being uncooperative. I'm not being uncooperative right now.
Well, nobody's saying you are.
I mean, but it's kind of cold out here. I'm watching my daughter in handcuffs over there. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous, guys.
Well, if they would have identified themselves, we could confirm that. And we went out here,
This is not a stop and frisk or a stop and ID state. If you have a reasonable suspicion of a crime, then I'm required to identify myself. But if I'm not operating a vehicle or carrying a weapon, I don't even have to have an ID on me. And so my daughter wasn't operating a vehicle. She hasn't carrying a weapon, so she's not even required to have an ID.
I know, but she was in the vehicle on private property. What was
But
that?
we're not. You can see the sign there. That's an old sign. If that's a no trespass sign, I can't tell. They're not on that. I mean, there's a certain amount of.
I know, but it starts with the curtilage at the road.
I think there's a requirement it has to be posted in some
Yeah.
way, and it's
This
not.
is somebody's private drive.
Okay, it may be, but it's not posted at all.
Okay.
It's not posted. Yeah, and it's a road on my little map on here. It shows a road going through.
I know, it used to be state owned, but the dairy farm bought it some time ago. So.
Well,
The officer claims multiple times that the road used to be state-owned, but that recently a dairy farm had bought the rights to the road. If that is
What?
true,
EA
the road
farms.
is still identified on Google Maps as owned by the state. The Gaston County website makes no indication that it's private property,
Fucking EA
and
games.
neither have the owners, who, as a side note, appear to have stolen their family
charge you for
farm's
everything.
logo from EA. There is no gate, purple paint,
Is it
or
really?
farm, and
Is it
neither
really
have
EA
the owners,
Sports?
who, as a side note, appear to have stolen their family farm's logo from EA. There is no gate,
Yeah.
purple paint, or signs to warn people that they are entering private property.
Nothing.
But now, nearly 40 minutes into the stop, a representative from the dairy farm arrives on scene.
Really?
So, this is not a state road. It's a private road. Okay.
are you the owner?
I'm just an agent for the dairy here.
Well, we certainly didn't mean no harm.
Yeah.
On the other side, there's a stop sign, and I checked the street. There's a street sign on the other side that says Baxter Road, and the arrow's pointing both ways.
Yep.
And so we just thought it was a cut through, and you know I just finished a walk across America. I live over here in Vail,
Gotcha.
and so I saw it on the map, and him and I thought, well, we'll just cut through. We're trying to get to Delview Road.
Yeah.
And they were supposed to wait for us over here, and we were going to switch off. So I didn't see a gate, and we stayed on the road.
There used to be gates up, but people's tore them
But
down.
we certainly didn't mean any harm. If I'd have seen a sign or something, we wouldn't have gone through there. So,
Right.
you know,
Don't even give this guy a chance.
Owners don't want you here. They don't want you coming back through the property.
I have no
Okay?
reason to.
So hear me out here. We're going to trespass you from the property. Don't show back up. Don't come on the property, or you will be arrested.
I have no
for
reason to, officer.
Perfect. I need your driver's license to keep all this documented.
I don't have a driver's license on
I
me.
need your identification. Do you have any form of ID?
On me, no.
Where's it at?
It's somewhere in the vehicle.
Somewhere in the car.
Yes.
Where at in the car? Do you know?
It's
Did y'all
probably
show up
in
in the car?
I wasn't in the, you know I didn't show up in the car. You
I
saw-
mean, like, did they drop you off for the walk?
Yeah, we started back here today
Okay.
off of another road.
What is your name, sir?
My name's Jesse.
Jesse. Is that short for anything or just
No.
Jesse?
W-E-S-S-E.
Man, this is pathetic.
What's your last? What's your birthday?
I protest giving this information because I haven't.
Okay, is this your son?
Yes.
I need your name too. I appreciate it, guys. Just don't show back up on the property. I assume y'all are going to take this vehicle away from Rick.
What's happened with them?
They're going to be going to jail
For what? What's the
for delaying my investigation. That's all I got to tell you.
What?
crime?
Listen.
What's the charge? I have a right to speak. That's
No,
not
no,
a
no,
crime.
you don't. It's either you take,
What are they being charged with?
look, it's
We're not
either you
arguing
take the
with you.
vehicle.
What's your name and badge number?
Listen, we're not arguing with
What's
you.
your name and badge
It's either
number,
you take the
officer?
Listen,
vehicle
he's
out of
talking to
here.
you. Just listen to him.
You're either going to take the vehicle
I'm
out of
gonna
here or I'm
take
going to
it.
tow it.
I'm
Okay.
gonna take it.
So go ahead and get in the vehicle and get out.
Well, I mean, you guys are stamped. If I
No,
make a sudden
I'll
move,
give
you'll
you
probably
time.
shoot me, sir.
Stop. Just get in the vehicle.
Bro, you shoot me. Look at him. He's like, oh.
What's your
well.
name and badge number?
Don't give us a
Officer
reason to, and we
What's
will.
your name and badge
Yeah.
number, Brandon?
Gladly.
Sergeant Brandon, what's your department?
County police.
Okay.
Thank you.
Arrested for
What are they
nothing.
being charged
Delaying an
with, officer?
investigation.
Just land obstruct. Thank you.
Resist, delay, and obstruct what? So you're arresting them for what? What's the charge?
Resisting.
I got her driver's license.
Resisting? Resisting. They got out the car and went where they were directed to go. Illegally, but they still did it. And they're getting charged with resisting. Resisting, delaying of bullshit investigation. Like, what the fuck? Avoid Gaston, Gastro County, because they'll fuck you over real quick.
Okay. Yes, look.
They don't know the law.
Keep
That's
filming it.
insane.
The two occupants in the vehicle were
Just wait until the judge hears this. I'm sure the judge will be smart enough to see through this bullshit. I'm pretty sure.
arrested for The two occupants in the vehicle were arrested for resist, obstruct, delay. And now, about 45 minutes into this interaction, a few of the 7 vehicles that arrived on scene begin to leave, and the man who is assumed to have called 911 for a parked vehicle on the side of the road approaches the pastor.
Yes, sir. I was going to tell you just a little bit about the property if you was
Okay.
curious. So it did actually used to be a state-maintained road. That's why it shows Baxter Road cut through. But back in 2008, when Cameron and Rusty Acre purchased the property, the state gave them the option to keep it a state-maintained road or purchase the road itself. So they purchased the road with all this land here.
Well, that makes
They're
sense.
just
I mean,
local dairy farmers.
that
You might
makes
have seen some of
sense.
the cows.
And you know, my issue is not. I mean, it's confusing.
Yeah.
But it makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm not a guy. You know, I'm a guy that has no problem asking for forgiveness if I end up on a road, but I normally don't. I try not to.
Yeah.
So it was not. They came around. They didn't drive through. I mean, you can see because there's no mud. And
Yeah.
we are the ones that walked through and walked up on this.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a ridiculous response, but.
Well, his main thing, just with, like I said, he used to have gates. People actually drove
Yeah.
through the gate.
But the current situation is there's no fucking sign, no fucking gate, so what the fuck?
So just the cost,
Make
just
it known.
liability, since he's got
No,
a
I
Private
understand that,
he's got,
and me, I have no reason to
infuriating.
come back here, but I mean, it was just and I'm sure, you know, it's not like lots of people go on long walks on cold days down country roads.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, this is a ridiculous response. They're just parked here on the apron, and nobody, you know, anybody tells me you're not supposed to be here, I'm not going to argue with that.
In North Carolina, and in most states, it is extremely rare that a private entity could purchase a public road owned by the state.
Yeah.
But there are a few circumstances in which this can happen. First,
They
if
bind
the
the whole
road is
surrounding
abandoned.
area.
But this road is not, and is one of the only major access points connecting two highways. Second would be a petition process, where property owners would submit a petition to permanently close a public street. In this case, the city or town council would be required to hold a public hearing to consider the request. But it is not an easy ordeal, doesn't happen often, and even if the street was closed through the petitioning, the government would still have to have more hearings to allow for the transfer of ownership. The last situation would be when the road serves no other purpose but to access private property. But as stated a moment ago, Baxter Road connects two major highways, and given the current farm owner's propensity to violating such obvious copyright, I for one have a hard time believing that they
Yeah,
actually purchased the road,
right.
and instead may have installed.
That shit looks like a joke. EA Games, come this way. Oh, EA Farms, whoa. They're really milking the content now.
No trespassing signs and gates, just fake out everybody into thinking that they did own the land. Allegedly. Not to mention, Google and the GIS County website still claims the road as state property.
Yeah.
Let me know what you think in the comments down below. It's unclear whether these charges are going to stick, but I have
should.
my doubts. Be sure to
I'm pretty sure the judge is gonna be smart enough to see through this crap. Mm-hmm. Oh well. Pretty much done. Pretty much. Oh well, this was fun. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya.